The film tells a story of a man who is a member of the Central Bureau of Investigation, or CBI. He contacted a police officer asking to provide 4 male police officers and a female officer to assist with a raid they were going to carry out on a minister. Considering their target was not random people, Sharma, the one who would lead the raid, looked nervous, so Ajay offered himself to replace the leader, but Sharma refused his help. Soon, the police named Ranveer immediately prepared the squad that would join the raid, 4 male police officers and 1 female police officer named Shanti. They went to the meeting point to meet Sharma and his squad. After meeting and checking the warrant, they immediately went to the target's house. When they arrived at the minister's house, they began to search the house. The telephone cables were disconnected so that the target could not contact the outside. A lot of corruption money was stored in various places like the cabinet, shelves, ceilings, car seats, and even in the prayer place. Apart from the money, they also confiscated all the piles of jewelry stored along the money. At the end of the search, the minister offered a deal to give some money to Sharma, but his offer was rejected. Sharma slapped him hard and told him to warn the other corrupt governors about them. After that, Sharma ordered the police to guard the minister's house until the officer who brought the first information report came. Knowing it was Ranveer's first time on duty, Sharma praised him for his good performance. A few moments after Sharma and Ajay left, Ranveer felt there was no sign of anyone coming. He realized that Sharma and his team were not real CBI members. They were just a bunch of fraudsters. Their way of working was fast and neat. Once the mission was done, they changed clothes and then went home in their own way. Ranveer then told the minister that he had made a mistake. The day after, the fraudsters checked the newspaper if there was any news about them. The minister had a lot of money from corruption, so he didn't report what happened to the police. That was why they never got caught, even though they carried out fake raids many times. The groups consisted of 4 people, namely Ajay, Sharma, Joginder, and Iqbal. Each of them came from a different area. After Ajay, Sharma had the most important role in every mission they carried out. At that time, Sharma was preparing for his daughter's wedding. They would all gather at Sharma's daughter's wedding. The plan was that they would carry out another mission the day after the wedding. Ajay loved a woman named Priya who lived across the road. Unfortunately, Priya's parents did not like Ajay. Priya gave him her marriage invitation letter to Ajay. She was forced to marry a man her father picked for her. Ajay then went to the school where Priya worked. Priya had to accept her parents' decision to marry her to a man they choose. She knew Ajay will never let that happen. Ajay came to tell her that he had another job. Hearing that, Priya looked worried. She knew did a fraud for work and was afraid that he will get caught one day. On the other hand, the police chief met the minister and asked him about his decision not to report the incident in his house to the police so they could investigate the case. The minister said he had lost everything and he didn't want the incident to be spread all across the media. Meanwhile, for negligence, Ranveer and Shanti were freed from duty during the investigation conducted by the police department. That day, a CBI agent named Wasim got the report that they had found the target they had been looking for. He rushed to the place where the target was seen. A chase was inevitable when they tried to arrest the target. The chase ended when the target could no longer find a way to escape. The capture was witnessed by many people, including Ranveer and Shanti. The next day, Ranveer arrived at the CBI office. He brought files containing information he got about the group of fraudsters who had humiliated him. Wasim said it was easy for the police to finish the case and question CBI's competence. The leader of the CBI explained that Ranveer was a policeman who helped in a raid. Ranveer conducted investigations and found 13 similar cases in the last 2 years. Some of the names listed were people who should be suspected in fake CBI cases, fake income tax officers, or fake CBI teams who acted in some raids. The victims never reported it, and that guaranteed they never got caught. It was believed that the perpetrators were former CBI. Besides the case which was troubling them, the CBI could not let these fraudsters tarnish their reputation. The leader of the CBI explained that the targets chosen by the perpetrators were mostly businessmen and politicians who received bribes. That made the victims unwilling to report to the police. That was why Wasim was asked to immediately put an end to the problem. The first thing Wasim did after his assignment to the mission was to get a testimony from Ranveer about the case. Ranveer explained the case chronologically, from when he was assigned to gather some officers for the raid until he was left behind by the fake CBI agents at the minister's house. Wasim suspected that Ranveer did the investigation because he was told by someone to do it, but then Ranveer admitted his mistakes. He asked for the CBI's help to solve the case, and even though they refused to help, He had made up his mind to solve the case all by himself, even though it would mean taking a very long time for him. Wasim was convinced by Ranveer's persistence and decided to help him. He would cooperate with all the police in India while Ranveer would check all the police records, as he was the only one among them who knew the faces and voices of the perpetrators. When the CBI was busy finding out information about Ajay and his friends, they four went to Calcutta to carry out the latest mission. This time their target was a businessman. When they arrived, they were shocked because there were real CBI members there. Ajay then introduced themselves from the income tax department. After seeing the warrant that Sharma took, they found they were in the wrong house. Thankfully, they could get through the situation and go to the address they should be. As usual, as soon as they arrived, they would cut off the house's telephone cables. At the start of the search, they had quite a hard time finding where the money was kept. Then Ajay asked Iqbal to check the paintings of the gods which were neatly displayed on the wall. He suspected that some money was hidden behind the paintings. As expected, they found piles of money falling from behind the paintings. Not only that, but Ajay also found a secret room in a cabinet that led to the big safe where a lot of money and jewelry were kept. Sharma asked the way to get out of there with all the money without drawing attention. Ajay then had an idea. He asked for help from the CBI member they met before in order to allow the police who were with him to help bring the confiscated goods to the car. They agreed to help, and with that, the mission went perfectly. Arriving at the headquarters, they immediately changed their clothes and took away all the money and jewelry they got. That night Wasim got a call from the media asking about the raid that day. He then insisted to publish the raid in the newspaper, despite nobody reporting about it. Wasim wanted to make the perpetrators feel a little nervous when they saw the news about them. After so many days of checking data from the police, Ranveer finally found one profile that matched the data. It was Sharma. Ranveer told Wasim that he was 100% sure it was the person. Meanwhile, as expected, although not all, at least Sharma felt a little worried when he saw the news about them in the newspaper. Ajay then remembered that Sharma once asked to do something big then retired to do fraud. He decided that it was time for them to do it. Sharma then asked to prepare himself because the last mission would be hard, but the amount earned will be huge. After the news about CBI and the fake tax officer, Sharma then asked if it was the right time to do that. Ajay convinced him that it was the perfect time for them to finish it all. Then, Ajay met Priya at school. Priya thought Ajay came to take her away so she could run away from the marriage her parents had arranged for her, but it turns out Ajay just told her that he was about to do his one last mission. After Wasim received Sharma's address, he sent one of his agents to Sharma's house. The agent disguised himself as a handyman from the telecommunication. He was ordered to wiretap Sharma's telephone. The agent said someone from Sharma's house complained to the office regarding any disturbance on Sharma's phone. Sharma easily trusted the person and straight away took the man to the telephone. The man pretended to dust off the phone while trying to put a bug in it before leaving. Before his last mission, Ajay spent some time with Priya. Priya asked when will Ajay return. Ajay said that he probably would never return after his last mission since the police must be already looking for him, but he promised her that he would meet her on Thursday at 4 at the airport. From the very start, they already planned to run away together, but Priya was worried that something would happen to Ajay in the last mission. She was afraid that Ajay might get caught, but Ajay told her to trust him. In the evening, after Ajay arrived at the hotel in Bombay, he called Sharma straight away. Sharma told him that they would meet with Joginder and Iqbal at the airport in Delhi. Sharma seemed to understand that Ajay didn't feel excited about their last mission and tried to cheer him up by saying that they would be able to enjoy their life after this last mission. Meanwhile, the CBI who had planted a bug on Sharma's telephone had traced Ajay's whereabouts. Knowing the next target of Ajay and his friend's next mission, Wasim ordered one of his agents to follow wherever Sharma go. Then an officer named Solanki from the office in Bombay was asked to get all the information about Ajay. The next day, Ajay went to a printing place to make a stamp. He also visited the head office of the newspaper to make an advertisement about recruitment info which he opened. Meanwhile, Sharma, Joginder, and Iqbal went together to Bombay where Ajay was. The CBI agents saw Ajay coming out of the newspaper office. He immediately entered and got information from the officers there. At the same time, Ranveer, Wasim, and another CBI agent were on their way to Bombay to meet with people who will work with them. As soon as they met the officers, they gave all the reports they got after following Ajay and Sharma all day. In the hotel, Ajay told about the recruitment he made in the newspaper. He will find 50 people that will apply for intelligence and security officers, both men and women. The selection will be made at the hotel where they stayed. After reading the announcement, Sharma was shocked. He wondered what Ajay was thinking for making such a big plan. Ajay answered that he did all that because this last mission is a special mission that needed a lot of people to complete it. The target was a big jewelry store in the opera theater. Sharma, Joginder, and Iqbal are stunned at first but find they are all happy with Ajay's plan. Elsewhere, Wasim asked Solanki to provide a base close to the hotel where Ajay stayed and prepare 11 or 12 people who were smart enough to join the recruitment that Ajay opened. The day of recruitment arrived. Quite a lot of people registered for the recruitment. Ajay and Sharma were in charge of interviewing the applicants while Joginder and Iqbal would arrange the applicants. The interview process and announcements were carried out on the same day. After all the applicants were interviewed, finally, they announced that 26 of them passed the selection. 2 of them were Wasim's envoys. The people who were selected would take part in training the next day at 11. The training would be carried out for 2 hours. After that, they would have lunch and then would do the exam at the very end. The practical exam that will be carried out is that the participants will take part in the CBI raid. No one suspected at all that they were just a bunch of fraudsters. After being disbanded, 2 of Wasim's envoys reported everything that happened in the selection process that day. That night Ajay and his colleagues prepared fake IDs for everyone who passed the selection. After their work was done, they returned to their respective rooms. Shortly thereafter, Sharma had a guest. To his surprise, it was Wasim. Wasim introduced himself as the real CBI agent. Before asking lots of questions, Wasim gave Sharma 2 options, whether to cooperate with them to provide the information they needed or got tortured until he revealed it to them. Wasim then asked where and when their fake CBI agents would do the raid tomorrow. Sharma replied that their target was the big jewelry store at exactly 3 p.m. Wasim then asked what the meaning of Special 26 was. Sharma replied that their target was a big place, so bringing more people would be better. He also explained that the whole plan would be done on the same day tomorrow. At 2:30, the bus will arrive at the hotel taking everyone, then a massive raid will be carried out there. After that, they will all run away before anyone knows what really happened. The plan is they will loot the store in 30 minutes. Wasim asked about Ajay's background and Sharma told that Ajay wanted to be part of the CBI back then. He had passed the written exam but failed the interview exam. The disappointment led him to make the fake CBI team. Sharma said that they had done around 50 fake raids. Wasim did not expect that. With only 4 people on the team, they could make such a big mess. Sharma said that they were not only 4 people. While looking at Ranveer, Sharma said that people like him also helped with their mission. Wasim then told Sharma to do everything according to plan. He was warned not to mess around because 2 people that were included in the Special 26 teams were his envoys. Hearing that, Sharma suddenly laughed. He remembered that Ajay once said that no one in this world that can catch him. After leaving Sharma's room, Wasim accidentally collided with Ajay. He approached Ajay who was drinking alone. Ajay introduced himself as Wardan and worked in the import and export sector. When Ajay was about to leave, Wasim deliberately dropped money then called Ajay and asked if the money belonged to him. Ajay said yes and took the money from him. That made Wasim realize how badly he wanted to arrest Ajay with his own hand. The next day, Wasim met the owner of the jewelry store. He informed them that there would be a raid by a fake CBI team at 3 p.m. He then asked if there was another safe place to store all the jewelry in the shop. The shop owner said that he could store his jewelry in the jewelry workshop. After that, a plan was made. All the jewelry in the shop would be moved to the workshop and replaced with imitations. The shop owner asked why they didn't just arrest them even though they already knew all the targets. Wasim explained that criminals cannot be punished without evidence. That day, the shop was temporarily closed, snipers were also prepared at several points, and all agents were stationed around the jewelry shop. Approximately after 1 hour, the jewelry was successfully transferred. The training carried out by Ajay was also finished. Everyone was given time to have lunch, and after that, they carried out their actions. As planned, at 2:30, the bus came to pick up everyone. Sharma took the bus while Ajay will get in a car with Joginder and Iqbal. Wasim told everyone in the store not to move before getting a signal from him. In the middle of the journey, Sharma left the bus to go to the police station. He said he would check the warrant first and told the people on the bus to leave first. Sharma also ordered that no one should not get off the bus before he or Ajay got there. Sharma didn't really go into the police station but only pretended to ask for directions. Soon, Ranveer and Shanti came to pick him up. It turned out that all this time, Ranveer and Shanti had been working with them. The bus that took everyone finally arrived at the jewelry store. Wasim had been waiting for everyone to get off the bus, But because Sharma had ordered everyone to stay inside the bus before Sharma arrived, everyone didn't get off the bus and waited there. On the other hand, Ajay, Sharma, Joginder, Iqbal, Ranveer, and Shanti had arrived at the jewelry workshop. They detained everyone, disconnected the phone, and took all the jewelry there. At that same time, Wasim was still silently waiting for the movement of people on the bus. A few minutes later, Ajay's raid was finished. They managed to take away all the jewelry in the workshop and emptied the building. They divided their respective share from the day's work. Feeling that they had waited long enough, Wasim approached the bus and called someone inside. The person claimed to be from CBI and was going to carry out a raid. Wasim asked why they still waiting and not doing their mission. That person then replied that they were ordered to wait for the boss who was still on the way. Suddenly, Solanki came to tell Wasim that the jewelry at the workshop had been raided by a group of people who claimed to be from the CBI. The information only reached them because all the telephones in the workshop were disconnected by Ajay. Wasim realized that he had actually been played by Ajay. He also remembered when Sharma said they were not only 4 but several people like Ranveer also helped their mission. Ranveer, the person that he trusted, turned out to be working with Ajay. He laughed while thinking how sad he and his team were for being deceived to that extent. What was meant by Special 26 was Wasim's team. A team that was used as a toy for Ajay. When Wasim realized that, Ajay had been in the airport, fulfilling his promise to Priya to go together. A few weeks later, Wasim got a letter consisting of a letter and 100 rupees from Lakshmipur. When he read the letter, it turned out to be from Ajay. He wanted to return Wasim's money which he took from him at the hotel. Ajay said that he didn't want to have the money that Wasim earned and that it was of no use to him. In the end, the CBI has never been able to arrest Ajay and his friends.